Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of the resellermindset.com. And for this Reseller Friday, I want to talk to you about, is being a reseller unethical? I've had this question from a few people, and I think they're sincere. I don't think they're just trolling or anything. Some of them I knew, and they obviously weren't. But there's this idea that, well, if you buy something for $1 and you sell it for 100, that's unethical. That's immoral because you're taking advantage of the cheap price you bought an item. This is a very strange way of looking at life because no one would sell anything if every transaction was just a lateral move. Like I get something for $1 and then I sell it to you for $1. Why would anybody waste their time doing that? Just keep the dollar. You don't have to do anything. It's also a bizarre way of looking at life because if you go to any store, they bought those items in the store for less than they're selling them for, unless they're on clearance or something, they're just trying to get rid of them. But the reality is, every item in that store is profitable for that business for the most part. They bought it for one price and they're selling it for a higher price. That is commerce in general. And I think this is why some people fail in reselling, because they really believe they're doing something wrong. And how can you go and be successful at something that you think is wrong in the first place? You can't. Because if you're even a remotely decent person, you're not going to want to take advantage of people if that's what you think reselling is. Now, are there resellers who take advantage of people? Of course. There are scalpers out there who buy something, and by their purchasing a lot of an item or something, they artificially raise the price in the market. And yes, of course, that's not ethical. Now, there's also the idea and the understanding that people don't have to buy the item in the first place. Unless you're selling food or something that's a necessity, people don't need to buy it. But I'll give you an example. During the COVID panic, I had opportunity to buy a truckload of masks. I had opportunity to buy truckloads in both cases, of hand sanitizer. I didn't buy either one of them. When baby formula became very expensive and it was hard to find in some areas, I had an opportunity to buy a truckload of that as well, and I didn't buy. And the reason why, because I didn't want to take advantage of people's, first thing, their panic, their unreasonable fear. I didn't want to take advantage of mothers who need baby formula for their children. That is an unethical situation. Not because you're reselling, but because that particular situation, none of those things were good. And I know people did take advantage of those things. They did sell masks and hand sanitizer and capitalize on baby formula being so overpriced. That's not an ethical way to live, but that has nothing to do with reselling in general. If you know you're taking advantage of somebody, if you know you're gouging on a price, or you have something that's a necessity for life, or you have something that people are just terrified, and so you're basically propagating the fear more by selling like hand sanitizer and masks and stuff. And there could be a real useful situation for both those things, but in that particular situation, it was people that were panicking and the price went up through the roof. The same thing happened with toilet paper during that time. In some cases, people are buying truckloads of toilet paper to resell. They were taking advantage of a bad situation and people in need, and it's just not right. But that is not reselling. That's just people taking advantage of a situation, and that can happen in any field, and it does happen, unfortunately. You as a reseller, let's say you buy a book for 50 cents at a garage sale. And let's say that book is a textbook. It's desirable, it's needed for certain college courses. Now, the going rate for that book used on a site such as Amazon is $75. You sell it on eBay for $50. You have given somebody a better deal by $25. You've given them a better deal to get the product they need, and you made a profit. Everybody wins in that situation. The marketplace wins because they get final value fees. You win because you get profit. The customer wins because they get a great deal on an item they need. Everybody wins. You didn't take advantage. There's nothing unethical or wrong about that in the least. Actually, and this can help you in your reselling business, because a lot of reselling is just mindset. That's why I talk about the reseller mindset. If your understanding of reselling is that reselling is bad, or you're taking advantage of people, or anything like that, you're not going to perform as well as a reseller, because your natural subconscious mind is going to say, well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to be successful at this, because this is being successful at being bad. And you'll sabotage yourself. But if you look at it the way it really is, the truth about reselling, if you look at it as, I am providing value. I am getting an item that's undervalued in one marketplace, and I'm putting it in another marketplace and making a profit from it. I'm helping these people find the item as well, because you might have items in your area that aren't available in their area. And if your prices are fair and you ship quickly and everything goes well, you've provided them a good service. And especially if you're selling used items or pre-owned items, you are recycling things that may have otherwise went into the landfill. You are adding value to the world by being a reseller. You're not a scalper. You're not taking advantage of people. You're not price gouging. You're not looking for ways to profit from somebody's misery or fear. You're doing a good service in the world. You're blessing people. And there's things you can do in your business as well. Do you provide the best experience for your customer? Many resellers do not. And of course, they're going to perform worse than somebody who's actually providing the best experience they can. I pray for my customers. I want them to have a great experience. I want them to be blessed by the item they buy from me. And I want it to be a blessing for them. And I want for them to receive it and it be even better than they expected. That means I can't do like some of these people do on some of these marketplaces where they say, this item's new. It's only been worn once, which is obviously not new. I have to provide an accurate description of my item so the customer knows exactly what they're getting. And if there's any flaws in the item or whatever, I need to get good pictures showing it as well so they can see all areas. Basically, I want them to have a good experience where looking at my listing for the item, they know exactly what they're getting, and hopefully it's even better than they expected. I'm never talking things up and making them sound better than they really are. I want people to have an honest, fair representation of the item they're going to get, because they don't have the benefit of being able to see it in person. And so they can have in their mind certain things about the item they expect. You need to make sure they have an accurate representation of the item based on your pictures and based on your description. Your reselling business is providing value to the world. You are getting customers items that they want and they desire. You are making a profit, hopefully, in the process. Everybody's winning there. There's nothing unethical, there's nothing immoral, there's nothing wrong about it in the least. And if you are doing something in your reselling business that's wrong, you're taking advantage of people, you're taking advantage of loopholes or trying to trick people, like every time there's some new console comes out, there's somebody trying to sell on some marketplace a picture of the console. They trick people. They have a picture of it. It looks, oh, they got this brand new console, video game console that came out. Let me get it. And then like the fine print, there's written that you're getting a picture of the item. That's obviously trickery. Nobody is seeing that and going, oh, $1,000 for this console before it comes out. I'm going to get that. They're not thinking they're getting a picture. But that's not what you're doing. You're providing real value. You're finding items wherever you find them. Maybe even in your own closet, you just find a shirt you haven't worn in a long time and you list it for sale. And somebody who wants that shirt and doesn't have it locally to them, now they have it because they bought it from you. They got a great deal. They got the item shipped to them quickly. It was exactly what they wanted. Everybody is winning, my friend. And that is the way you should approach reselling. You want the customers to have a great experience. You want them to win. You're not trying to take advantage of anybody. You're not trying to manipulate or trick them into buying something they didn't really want. You are providing the best value and a great high quality item that the customers will be blessed by when they receive it. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.